Hello, beautiful people. Very good afternoon to you. Thank you for joining us. It's lovely Tuesday afternoon. Hope you're good. All right, you're welcome to Keep It Simple on GOFtv. If you haven't subscribed, please do that right away. My name is Oluwakemi, and I have Tolu and Ricky in the studio with me again this lovely afternoon.
Hi, ladies.
How are you guys doing?
Hello.
How's the weather at your end?
Well, very cold.
Okay.
And cold.
I remember this advert where we were going off, shaky, shaky daddy.
Exactly.
I think a fever or malaria
yes,
tablet.
Yes, malaria
shaky,
tablet.
shaky.
Yes.
So today is shaky,
I
shaky.
I'm glad you
Oh
guys
my
are
goodness. Yeah, I am.
All right,
Other than the weather.
It's the 15th day in the month of September, and September is the month of sickle cell awareness. Okay, so that started from the first day of the month of September. So I think it's ideal that we also join that awareness and talk about it here as well, because I think checking your genotype before you start having kids is something we need to continue talking about, because I don't think people have gotten that, it has not totally synced in. That is something you just have to check it, you know. So I just wanted you guys to give in one or two opinions before we move on.
Yeah, so it is the month of sickle cell awareness, and like Kemi had said, we need to keep having this conversation, let people know. I mean, we cannot just stop the mic right now. Like some persons are aware quite all right, but we just need to spread the gospel further and further, because it actually breaks my heart when I see people in pain. How much more when they have crisis, sickle cell crisis. I was watching a video on YouTube recently, and the conversation is about sickle cell, and the four guests on the show were warriors. They call themselves sickle cell warriors. They actually have sickle cell. So they were sharing their experience, how it was growing up. Of course, it's different strokes for different folks, but the bottom line is that they will definitely have crisis every year. In fact, one of them said it has been since childhood. Another one said because he is SC, he's not the SS, he is SC. So he didn't even find out until, he didn't know he had it. His parents didn't tell him until he was 15. Wow. That was when he had his first crisis. But thank God for the fact that he grew up abroad. So the health facility, health system there is working, everything. It was a little bit, it was, I don't know the right word to use. It was not as difficult or as stressful as it is when you return. Yeah, he said there's that disparity, that difference over there. And so for people that are here that have been having a crisis, you have a sibling, you have a child, or you have a friend that is sickle cell patient. All they need is love, or they need is support. I mean, the deed has been done. You can. It's not now. You now start telling them, oh, your parents are not aware that they were not supposed to get married to you. I mean, it has happened. It has happened. Just give the necessary support and help to whosoever it is fighting for his or her life. Because of sickle cell disease as it is. But it's just what it is. Let's just spread love and spread the word.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I think so. I actually buy into what you're saying, but then let's also know, for those that are in relationship, that, well, love is not just everything you have to think about when planning to get married. There are lots of things. Your health is involved, your parents, lots of things, tribe and the rest. But we're talking about health today right now. Don't just say that, I love this person, I love this guy, I love this boy, and I can't live without this person. And all things.
Love is blind. By the time the crisis hits you,
the child
we blame you. What were you thinking, mom and dad? What were you guys thinking? Why would you have to put me through this pain? I've seen one. I know of someone
like
she's
that.
She's a family friend. God rest her soul. She had passed on. She died at 18. At the age of 18, she was always in pain. Goodness, I don't even want to remember it. So I know someone that I've visited her twice in the hospital, and I know the pain she passes to me. In fact, it was like, let her just go and rest. It's just fine.
Of course, my pain is very crazy.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Tosi Bucknor.
That
was already 30
years ago.
Exactly. I think 35 or something like that. So they tell you when you get to a certain age, probably in your 20s or something,
people would expect
the
that
crisis
you have
would
outgrown
exactly
that
the
you have
crisis would
succeeded.
stop. But there are cases whereby even in your 30s, you know, they said she died from complications from sickle cell. You get what I'm saying? So it's like a thing. So I don't know. I think people should.
Exactly. I understand that there's a place of God, there's a place of faith, there's a place of love, but then you have to think further into the future. What it will be. Would you like your children? Would you like to be running to the hospital every now and then? Research about these things. Some people know, but just the love, just the present feeling.
Exactly.
That's what they're thinking about. Now. Just the present. You're not thinking about the future.
Exactly.
Oh my
you
goodness.
better die so that child will not go through all that unnecessary wahala. Like better die so that.
And for people for people that are experiencing it right now, some couples are actually facing rocky marriages now because of this.
Of course,
the love has died or is dying
before.
because of the problems they have. You just have to be strong for each other and pray to God for healing. There's nothing that God cannot do.
Yeah,
He can still heal, but then just be together as a family and God will take control.
That's true. Before we go on a break, another aspect just came to my mind. See, if you check your genotype, please check it multiple times.
Go to different hospitals.
I have a personal experience.
Yeah,
true. Before I got married, I checked my genotype. And my dad is AS and my mom is AA. Okay, so when I checked my genotype, I saw that was AA. That was before I got married. So by the time my husband and I were preparing to get married and we went to meet the committee, you know, the church committee, marriage committee actually in church, we tell you to go for genotype test and blah, blah, plenty tests like that. So when the results came out, and they now said, oh, I'm AS and my husband is AA.
You be like,
my husband was AA all along. He had been AA.
But you thought you are AA as well.
So you know how AA used to feel like that time, and you know, like that swag was always like, come marry anybody, does not matter. You know,
you are hot cake. I'm saying you consider yourself as hot cake. Like,
in fact, it wasn't a thing for me to ask someone for their genotype, you know, before going into a relationship with them. It was never a thing for me because I felt like, oh, we are covered. Don't worry. So we are covered. I didn't know that I was kidding though.
So you somehow
I think I still need to do another. I still need to do another test.
So all along, okay, the last time I did my genotype check,
like just imagine my was actually AS.
Like it's not before you, babe.
That would have been the end of
AS. Come on. Of course, check.
Exactly.
No, because I am AA too.
Well.
But man,
I should checked it.
I think twice.
Twice. You want
twice. I did last year
like 4
anyway.
more times.
I did last year.
Okay.
Because I was sick and I just had to run something. I did last year and I've done before. Like all along, while I was in secondary school, I've always known that I'm AA anyway. But with this one, babe,
me too.
I need to go and
like I should be on my chest that I'm AA, nothing else.
Does it mean that we can't trust our medical test system?
I don't know why these things are like
but
that.
I was told that it's better to do it in a medical lab. Than maybe
hospital.
I don't know, but someone said it's better to check it at the lab. So that's why they said, oh, the second one is confirmed because it's either a lab and all of that. You know, different stories. I don't know, but I feel like even if you check it in the hospital, it's supposed to be correct, right?
Exactly.
But my husband later explained something to me. He said not everyone is patient, especially those people working in the lab. Not all of them are really patient to be sure that this is what this thing is. You know? So some of them might give you hasty results. Especially those places that you will go and they will give you results within
immediately.
Maybe 10 minutes. Which one is 1 hour? Do you know that some places you go for genotype test, they'll give you result like 20 minutes.
While others will tell you
that's just too short.
Yes, why some will tell you to come back the next day. Do you understand? So that the time
you need to double check.
Be a reason why the result might not be correct. Hey, was it funny?
It is
well. I can imagine.
If you've checked your genotype before, please make out time to check it again
and again.
Especially if you're not getting married, you know, you're not getting married and you plan on having kids. Please check it again and again and again. Don't say one hospital gave you AS because of that you went to get married to someone else and before you know it, bam.
Stories that touch
I'm telling you, stories that touch. You can't tell that to your kids. So please, let's keep the awareness going. Tell people around you. It should be a thing. Like, let it sink in that you have to check your genotype. And like they said, for those who have sickle cell, please let's show them love. They need a lot of it. You know, going through that crisis and all. They need a lot of love at this point in time. All right, we could go on a break. Please stay with us. We'll be back. back. Thank you for staying with us. This is still the Keep It Simple show on GOFtv. If you haven't subscribed, please do that right away. All right, so we're going straight into our discuss for today. And we're talking about the second part of work ethics. This was a discussion we started yesterday. So yesterday's perspective was, are you supposed to leave the office before your boss or your manager or your superior, whatever you call them, as an employee? Are you supposed to go home before they leave the office? So I want to believe we've trashed that discussion from yesterday. Or is there any other additional...
Well,
is there any other thing you want to add to that?
We've
before
established
we
the fact that you should speak up and ask questions.
Communicate.
Communication.
Ask questions if there are gray areas in your offer letter.
Okay.
I mean, you would not want to be lazing around the office, even though it's close of work.
Yeah.
Because your other colleagues are still there. And you're just waiting like, what am I to do? What am I to do? Go meet the HR or your boss or your team lead. Ask questions. The time is stipulated on my offer letter is 5. So, but I don't have anything. I'm done with the work for today, and I'm leaving.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's no harm in you asking if you have any gray area. So, I mean, that was what we concluded on yesterday.
Exactly.
Definitely.
And do not be afraid to speak out. Don't allow the fear of other people rub into you and deprive you of going home early to bed.
Okay, all right then. So we're moving to the second phase of work ethics today. And the second phase is simply talking about should the same respect be accorded to female bosses? The same respect you accord to male bosses. Should that same level of respect be accorded to your female bosses? It has come to our notice, especially in the Nigerian workspace, that female superiors are not usually respected enough, like the same kind of respect given to male bosses, because we feel that, oh yeah, she's a woman, and patriarchy is like a thing in Nigeria, it's
in
a
Africa.
concept. Okay, I don't want to speak from the African
Africa.
African
I don't
perspective,
even think
because
it's
African.
I don't think it's only African. I was reading somewhere in the Bible yesterday, that's Timothy, and he talked about he desiring that women should not be in position of leadership or something like that, and they should serve under the man.
That instruction was to that church.
Yes, and he said, I desire. I didn't feel like it was an outright commandment from God. He said, I desire that women should do this and do that. I think that's what, even the Bible, people still pick that out of the Bible and say, oh, women should not be in leadership position. Actually, I'm not talking about only work now, especially when it comes to church. Some people don't fancy female pastors heading over them. Anything female at all, as far as they're the head. For some men, it's no. Even for some ladies say they would prefer a male boss, yes, than a lady.
A lady. Okay, so
but
should it be encouraged?
Well, personally, anyone is okay for me as far as the person is nice and respectful as well and considerate. I think I would anyone, male, female, yeah.
Okay, so Tolu, what you have to say about that? Because I personally find it very disrespectful. For a woman to be your boss, she didn't just get, even if she got there through whatever means, I don't know, because people feel like if a woman is in charge, she probably did some corner something to get there. They don't feel like she had studied enough or she has enough certifications for her to be there. Anything attached to the woman, you just feel like there was something else she did to be in that position. Exactly. It doesn't really matter. I feel like the moment she's in charge, the moment anyone is in charge, irrespective of their gender, respect shouldn't be gender specific.
So, the reason why I try to shy away from conversations like this is that before you say much, people will begin to consider you as a feminist.
I know,
See,
right?
we are not propagating any feminist
And they're all ladies,
theory.
surprisingly.
Exactly. So I want to establish that fact. We are not propagating any feminist theory here, but I'm an advocate of equal opportunities for all.
Of course.
Irrespective of your gender.
Yes, so.
If a woman is fit for the job, let her have it. If it's a man, let him have it. So it is what you have to offer, what you bring into the table that matters. Just look beyond the gender. Now, if we're talking about the fact that women are not usually accorded the same respect in workplaces as much as their male counterparts do have, I think that it's not a general thing. There are some places there are some workspaces, some organizations that, this thing is part of their ethics. See, we are all equal here. No man, woman, it's still the same. Like, if you're on this level, we are all on this level together. So we are not gender specific here. So some organizations have actually moved past that. But for workplaces that are still dragging, that are still having that patriarchy thing in them, see, it's high time we moved, because you cannot just you can't continue to be traditional, because you'll be shooting yourself in the leg. A lot of things that you would have gotten as value from a female boss, or a female that is that has a specialty in something. If you're not going to tap into her at that time, you're missing out, because while you're trying to get a guy to fit in that position. So everybody should be given opportunities to do what they have to do. Don't look at the gender. That's just it for me. So for people or employees that don't want to submit to their boss because she's a female, I don't know. I don't know what to tell. I don't know what to tell them. It's their detriment, actually.
It might affect you,
and as a lady,
in your work.
I don't know. Why would I have a female boss and I would not want to submit to her, but I can submit to a male? I mean, I think we are even the one affecting her. We are the one doing ourselves. Women, they will tell you women supporting women. But no, now we see they shoot each other leg. Yeah, no, that's the truth. So I can't, the same respect I would have called to my male boss is what I would have called to my female boss. I wish to also get to our level someday, and I wouldn't have it when a junior staff look me in some kind of way because I'm a female. No, it will not be nice. So I would support women that are in a position of authority. I would, do all I can to help them, so that it's a collective thing. That's the truth, because the whole thing is, the whole work is is for collective good.
Definitely.
It's for you to, as a company, for you to make profits, for you to smash your goals. And if the company is not making profits, don't be surprised that they will lay off their staff. So we should be working as a team, not because, someone is a woman or is a man, I can't work with him, I can't work with her, no. It should be a collective thing. So I look beyond the gender.
Okay,
that's it for me.
Before we go on a break, I need to ask Ricky. So work ethics has to do with how you conduct yourself in the workspace, whether you're an employer or an employee. Okay, so as an employee, how are you supposed to conduct yourself around your female employers, your female bosses, it is said that the female gender might be a lot more sensitive. You understand? So they want to be respected. When they're in authority, they want to make sure that they are not disregarded. Because they understand that there's every tendency that the junior staff who might be a man might want to disrespect them, especially when they are not even married. Oh my God. All that thought of, I have your type at home. I'm married.
Whether or not the woman is married. Whether or not the woman is married. Especially when she's single, it makes it worse.
They think, that's why she's not serious about to marry her. And all of that. Okay, that question is for Ricky, but let's quickly go on a break. So when we come back, we'll begin with Ricky. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. This is still Keep It Simple, and we're definitely keeping it simple. All right, so we're discussing the second aspect of work ethics today, and it has to do with female bosses. So before we went on that break, I asked Ruki what she thinks about this question. So as an employee, especially if you're a man, how are you supposed, if you are a man and you're the head of a family, that means you're a married man, How are you supposed to conduct yourself around your female boss, knowing that she might be really sensitive to any kind of disregard or disrespect that comes from you? Because, of course, work ethics has to do with how you conduct yourself. So how are you supposed to now conduct yourself around your female bosses?
Okay, so I think that one should not be jittery, and that you should, I'm not a man here, but I think
maybe we should invite a man to come on.
I should put myself in that position, what I would do as a lady. Well, I think I would actually respect the person regardless of the sex, and be very attentive to what she likes and what she doesn't like. You know, women can be so, we are very, very, I don't want to use the word vulnerable, yeah, but we pay attention to details
That's
lot.
true,
So
yeah.
a little frown, a little thing like this or that, you know, a woman will read more meaning than a man. A man might just see you frowning and be like, oh, probably something is wrong. But a woman sees you frowning and she feels like, oh, you're frowning at her. Do you understand?
True.
So you have to have that in your consciousness that this is a woman, yeah, but I need to respect that. See, give her the utmost respect you would give to a male boss, and be careful with what you say around all those petty talks people talk about. Oh, she's this, she's stone cold, or she's not soft, she's not kind, and all that. Be careful not to do that around your female boss, because female pick signals. Aside from female boss, even female colleagues, we pick signals a lot. Little things means a lot to us. So just respect and be very, very careful when you have to greet her, good morning, ma, or something. Don't just say good morning and walk away. Do you understand? Some people are like that. Some people would say, you understand? They won't want to pull out because they feel like, oh, I have a wife that's your age mate, or you can't even be older than me. They start bringing in this age sentiment into it, and tradition and all that. So be careful. Just greet her, good morning, ma. How's your night? You know, sometimes it can be friendly.
True.
How's your weekend and all that? Treat her the way you would treat your male boss. And I don't think there'll be a problem, except she has a problem of her own, which is none of your business as well. So just see, respect her. That's all. That's all I can say. Yeah.
So to just quickly chip in there, I would say that if you have issues with respect personally, it might be difficult for you to deal with female boss.
People that are really egoistic.
Exactly.
Like ego is usually synonymous to
male,
to the male gender.
Yeah, of course. So if you respect people ordinarily, whether male or female, whether young or old, that they are human, they deserve a level of respect. So don't look down on people, irrespective of what you know they have, who they are, what position they occupy. Respect people, like treat people well. If that is an established thing with you, if it's one of your values as a human being, then you wouldn't really have issues with having a female boss as a guy.
Yeah.
You understand? Like, even if there'll be little each here and there, it's something that will be manageable, because ordinarily that is your own value.
Exactly.
You don't treat people anyhow.
That reminds me of something I met at home when I went home during the weekend. So my younger brother recently started bringing some of his friends home. He has this PS game, and I realized that when I come in, you know, they're always looking like, who is this one? You understand? And I was shocked. I'm not really this great person. If you greet me or not, I don't really care. But I realized that I can just see the stares in this guy's face. Like, who is this one? Is she not supposed to be greeting us? And my brother is way bigger than me.
Okay,
but I'm older. And in fact, my elder sister, I'm way bigger than my elder sister. Wow. So sometimes they think that he is older than the both of us.
Imagine.
But she's the first, I'm the second, and he's the third. So I had to call him. I was like, These are your friends. I don't understand them. Why would I come here and they'll be looking at me like,
in your own house, in your father's house?
Can you imagine?
Men and ego.
It was like, oh,
know,
he said, and they're just young boys though. Just
it starts from there. You know, that is
22. 24, 20, even 18 is there.
It's in the gym.
So
why are you a boy?
age. I'm older than this guy, more than 3 years. So just because I'm not that big, so I had to call her. I was like, these are your friends. What's wrong with them? Why are they always looking like this? Like they are older than me, or we are the same age. She was like, hey, I should not be angry. They used to think that he's older than myself and my elder. My elder sister is more quiet than I am. She doesn't really talk. So I would have been the one that would say something in their presence. She was like, I should not be angry that he has talked to her. They're already greeting my elder sister. That when next they come, they will start greeting. They will start greeting me. I said, okay, they are better start greeting me, because I will take it. I'll be very, very frank with them. The next time I'll come into the sitting room, they will look at me in that way.
That
Imagine
thing also
young boys
step,
now, if they go into the workplace, will they want to respect their female bosses?
That's another thing.
And they are just young teenagers.
And that's why parents need to be very intentional about raising their male child. Like very, very intentional. You can't afford to just say, oh, my male child. You need to be very intentional, teaching them respect.
Exactly.
You know, teaching them how to regard people irrespective of their gender. You don't automatically feel because you're a man or because you're a boy, it makes you better than the other person. Sex. You know, so you need to teach them that it is fine for a woman to be in charge and for you to be beneath her.
Yeah.
There is nothing nothing wrong with that, you know. So these are, in fact, these are concepts that need to be pushed into Nigeria, especially, just like you said, Africa. You know, patriarchy is like a thing. You know, this is a concept we need to push, and this is something we need to talk about often, so that parents need to realize that, oh, this thing, we need to pay attention to it. It happens in virtually all homes. That's why you see that there are some younger brothers that even find it difficult to respect their elder sisters. And God help you, they are bigger than you. You know, they feel like, what? What's going to happen? And all of those things. All right, so what do we have to say to employees or men who say they would never? In fact, don't let me even say men. There's still some women out there who would say they would never work under a female boss.
Go establish your own company. Go and own your own business. You are not fit for the corporate world.
Wait, now,
that's what
some
you
of their
mean.
reasons are they might not be too nice. You know that at times women are harsh.
Are you harsh?
She might
are you not a woman?
I'm telling you what they're saying now. That she might be aggressive.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, okay. So male bosses are not aggressive. You know, of course, I'm sure we have one experience or the other. Yeah. You've worked under male bosses who are really aggressive, but it's not a problem, it's fine. But the moment a woman is like that as well, we begin to see reasons to it, and we begin, why is she talking to me like that? Why can't she talk to you like that? When a man can also talk to you like that, you know? So what do we have to say to those set of employees, irrespective of their gender? The moment you're very specific about you can't work under certain...
I think when you begin to say that, it just shows that you yourself are a difficult person. See, let's take gender out of it. You need to learn some skills. Part of it is interpersonal relationship. I'm not saying that we are all perfect. Like some of these things we even say, a lot of time we're also learning from it.
Exactly.
So we might, personally, I might be having issues with interpersonal skills, like having to relate with everybody. I will not be in everybody's good book. And I don't necessarily have to be friends with everybody. But where work is involved, you need to own that skill. Like bring it up and let the work be done. You get me? So if you are beginning to see other people as, oh, they are harsh, oh, this boss, whether male or female, oh, it's difficult, oh, you are a difficult person yourself, you are not a good team player. So lay aside your sentiments. There is a project to be done. Let's work together to achieve it. So if you are finding it difficult, then you probably need to go establish your own business. I mean, just take the exit door. Because the truth is, it will even wait for you in the future. When you have your own company, nobody is an island. You cannot do stuff all by yourself. You need people to still work with you, even if you have your own company. So it's both sides, as an employee and even as an employer of labor. As an employer, too, if you're a difficult person, you just see that you don't have ends to help you achieve your goals. People will just run. Any little thing they will resign. Why? Because you're a difficult person yourself. So the way it is for an employer, it is for an employee. So it's a personal thing. Work on yourself. Try to be the best version of yourself, and with that you'll be able to work as a group, with a team. You'll be able to achieve your goals and objectives as an organization. So it is for me. But if there are some extreme cases where your boss is actually the problem, and you're not the only one saying that. Even your other colleagues are saying that. I mean, if you think that your goals as a person, your value as a person aligns with the company's goals, it's just that your boss' attitude is the issue. Try to avoid having altercation with him. Just try. I wouldn't encourage that people begin to work on eggshell because it will affect your productivity. But just try as much as possible to reduce your interaction, like altercation with your boss. But you see that, this company, they're paying me well. It's something I enjoy doing. I still work. I love working for the company, but it's just that the boss. Try to avoid any issue where the boss will have, you understand me, all right? But do your job, concentrate on your job. And when you have opportunity for better job, then you leave. That's it. That's it for me.
Okay, all right. So finally, I'm going to ask Ricky on a final note. So Ricky, what's your advice to female bosses this time around? We're talking about employees and all of that. So to female employers or female managers or female bosses, what's your advice to them, knowing that this is an issue in the society? So there's every tendency they might be disrespected and they might be disregarded. So how should they handle such issue?
Okay, so one thing I want people to do, or female bosses to understand, is that human beings are dynamic. It is not your problem. It is their problem. So don't take it personally that, someone is trying to disrespect me, or they don't give me enough respect, therefore I have to treat every other person. Imagine, just because of one person, every other person is facing the brunt of your action. So just be kind enough to allow some of these things. But then when you have to be stern, when you have to call attention of people to something, make sure you do that, but without disrespecting people or allowing them feel bad, and be very kind. Some people have, we have lots of experience. Some people have had lots of bitter experiences with female bosses. So just be very kind, be open, and be accommodating. One virtue for a woman is what? Accommodation and love. It will make people, it will attract people to you, basically. You don't have to force people to respect you. When they see that virtue in you, naturally, they will fall into place.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you so much, guys, for your opinions. That was really well noted. So if you have a comment as well, you want to contribute to our conversations today, you can do that right away in the comment section. We'll definitely love to read from you. All right, so that is all we have for you today. That is where we'll draw the curtain on today's episode of Keep It Simple. We hope you had a beautiful time. And don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms at Official GOFtv, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So we'll see you again tomorrow. Take good care of yourself. For myself and Tolu, I'm Ruby.
Bye.
Bye.